Well, good afternoon. I hope you've been able to enjoy the sunshine over the last few days in some form, despite the lockdown that we are currently experiencing. And maybe I'm not alone in saying that the sun being out has been a bit of a relief, something that's been quite good in the midst of what is a very concerning situation in our world at the moment. This week I've been using a new app on my phone for my times of devotion each morning. I mentioned it in an email that I sent out to church members yesterday, and it's in the link in the description below this video. Yesterday, these verses leapt off the page as so relevant to the situation that we face at the moment. Psalm 46, verse 6 and then 10 to 11, and they say this: "The nations are in chaos, and their kingdoms crumble. God's voice thunders, and the earth melts. Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored by every nation. I will be honored throughout the world. The Lord of heaven's armies is here among us. The God of Israel is our fortress." These words declare that though we see the frailty of mighty nations at the moment like our own, we have a God who commands heaven's armies, who is at work revealing himself in the midst of this pandemic. Let's be still in the chaos and know Yahweh, the creator, sustainer, redeemer, and gloriously, as we face these uncertain times, the perfecter of this world and this universe, and of those who know him. Whatever happens in these next weeks and months, this is not the end. There is eternity to come. How wonderful that is to rest on at this moment. Just a couple of quick things this afternoon. A quick look back at Sunday, a quick look forward to this coming Sunday, a few reminders about how we can connect with each other as a church family, and then a word about the vulnerable in our city. Now, if you can remember as far back as last Sunday, you will remember that God challenged us to devote ourselves to pray, to overcome hurdles to pray directly against temptation, and in all things to turn back in thanksgiving. We remembered God is at work even in the midst of this pandemic, and he's calling us to join him. He also challenged us to be wise as we interact with those who do not yet know him, to be gracious, showing Jesus and answering effectively, which, as we said, is not about winning an argument, it's about showing others why we trust God. We were also challenged to share our lives, the joys, the sorrows, the challenges, and to tell each other we are praying for each other. Or even better, to pick up the phone and pray by video, text, or call. This Sunday, we are going to begin turning our eyes towards Easter, to the very heart of our faith, something which I believe is going to come alive to us in a new way in the midst of this pandemic. And this week we are looking at the point where the focus of Jesus' ministry changes, where he now resolutely sets his face in the direction of Jerusalem, his journey towards Easter, if you like. In terms of structure, it will be similar to last week. On Sunday morning, I'll send an email out to the church with details of the before and after playlist of songs to join in singing with the rest of our church family, and also a link then to the live stream from here, from my spare room. But the live stream this week, although it'll start with a meditation on the psalm again, there's going to be something a little bit different. By the wonders of technology, a guest will be joining me digitally, and we will have a conversation about our passage. Again, there's a link in the description. Please do have a read before Sunday if you can. Boys and girls, I've got a challenge for you. as my guest and I talk, what we want you to do is to be creative. And we want you to recreate a scene of Jesus and his disciples. You can use whatever you like to do that. Draw a nice picture for us. You can maybe make a craft. You could even use Lego or Play-Doh or whatever you want. Get your parents to send a picture of your masterpiece when you're finished to Judy B, who will pop it on social media for us. Really excited about seeing what you will create. But there's even more exciting news for you, because this Sunday, Brian and Julie are going to run an extra special Kids Zone session for you. So just tune in to our YouTube channel from about 10 o'clock and see what they've got in store for you. And just some ways, by way of reminder of how we can be connected as a church. We're sending out prayers 3 times a day, and those are to help us all kind of find some sort of rhythm in the midst of this, to maybe refocus our days around praying our vision and praying through our vision as a church. There'll also be worship songs and hymns that go up on social media too. Please do, if you've got a favourite, send it to Judy Bainbridge, comms@hebronec.co.uk, and a wee note about why it means so much to you, and bless other people by sharing those with us. Make sure as well to get in touch with each other, Thrive groups. If you're paired with at-risk people, let's be quick to get on the phone to each other. Make use of things like Zoom. Extend the connection as well. Draw others in, especially those who are isolated on our streets. And just one final thing then to mention today, and that's the vulnerable in our city. Meal Bank is a service we've run as a church for several years now for the homeless and for the vulnerable in our city. And for the last couple of weeks, that has been operating as a takeaway only service. And we thought that the restrictions imposed by our Prime Minister would mean that we would have to stop that. But we don't. We will, though, be taking extra special care to make sure that we can keep our volunteers as well as our clients safe. And the steering group are just finalising further measures, which we'll make you aware of very soon. And also, we've had some requests for help from both those who received Christmas hampers and those agencies that asked us for them. We just wonder if this might be one thing that God is calling us as a church to do in and for our city. And perhaps you would like to be involved in some way with that. If you're willing, just send us a note, leaders@hebronec.co.uk, and we will see what we can do to get you plugged into that. So that's it for today. See you on Sunday. Have a good Saturday. Bless you all. See you later.